can't stop what's inevitable. It's the incredible. PZAKTM profit jewels, but they edible. I ate my vegetables, but he ate my spinach. Riding with Vic again, so no, we ain't finished. Legendary status, so no, you cannot copy. Riding dirty radio, so crispy, also sloppy. Instant to the street, so we know just what is needed. We keep it underground, staying down, cause we ain't greedy. This is where you find what is popping for the culture, where we keeping it on pressure, stay away from all the vultures. No scavengers here, just keeping it real. Big got it out the mud, but it's still so clear. So sit back, relax, and just let us lead you. If you're trolling for no reason, then we don't need you. It's Big XL, he can't be stopped. Riding dirty forever, the home of real hip hop. Ride dirty, tell me y'all can't harm. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. Ride dirty, tell me y'all can't harm. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty.
What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? It's your boy, Vic XL, and this is the Riding Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip-hop and everyday life, all right? I want to say one time for everybody who has made it through 2020 and here for the very first Monday in 2021. Hallelujah! 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 Y'all made it through. All right, man, again, welcome to the Riding Dirty Show. This is the very first Monday of 2021, and let's get it in. All right, always like to start the show off by saying one time for the good people over at WRFG 89.3 FM Atlanta, Georgia. Man, I can't wait until all this COVID shit is back open, for we can open back up the radio station and have in-studio guests. Definitely one time for WRFG. Been holding down the overnight slot for over 15 years. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Check us out. Also got to say one time for the good people over at live365.com, all right? Live365.com. Live365.com is the internet's oldest streaming site. It's the internet's oldest streaming platform. But they're not your typical streaming platform. No. They are a streaming platform that provides a server for terrestrial radio stations to broadcast via the internet. All right? Now, they are media-based tracking. Now, that means a lot of your terrestrial radio stations, some of your favorite college radio stations, some of your favorite community radio stations broadcast live through Live 365. All right, well, I'm happy and proud to announce last year we partnered up with Live 365 and we launched our very own internet radio station, Ride 95, the station for what's next in hip-hop and R&B and country rap music. All right, now, the way to access our media-based 24-hour-a-day internet radio station is very, very easy. I got to say one time, my man DJ Noel, who holds down our daily 6 p.m. slot on the check-in. What up, Dana? On the check-in. All right, now, the way to access live365.com for you can listen to our station Ride 95 is easy. Visit live365.com. That's Live 365.com. In the subject line, make sure you put Ride 95. That's RIDE 95. Our station logo will pop up, and you can click on the logo, and you'll have music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, if you want to check us out via your mobile device, also just as simple. All you have to do is download the Live 365 app. Once you download the app, go into the search engine, type in Ride 95, RIDE 95, click on the station logo, and there you have it. Music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, no days off. Now, if you missed us during the Christmas season, Christmas Day, man, we had off the chain, 24 hours of independent hip-hop and R&B holiday music, all right, if you missed it. Okay. Now, before we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I definitely got to say one time for our sponsor, the good people over at Liquor Lollipops. All right? Now, let me tell you a little bit about Liquor Lollipops. Liquor Lollipops is a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. All right? Designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. Liquor Lollipops has over 13 flavors. If you see right here, this is one of my favorite flavors. I always have this one. This is New Orleans Hand Grenade. All right? But Liquor Lollipops has over 13 flavors that taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. Be sure to visit them at liquorlollipops.com. Let them know the Riding Dirty Show sent you, and you can possibly become a brand ambassador or have Liquor Lollipops at your next event. All right? Now, it's time for me. Y'all know about our sponsors. Y'all know about our brand new internet radio station. And like I said, media-based internet radio station. For those who don't know, media-based means if your music is registered through BMI ASCAP or Sound Exchange, then it will go towards radio spins. All right, now I'm finna shut the hell up and do what I like doing most, and it's talking to the people on the street, the people that are moving, the people that are shaking, the people that are doing it, the people that are changing our culture brick by brick, whether it's through arts, entertainment, philanthropism, entrepreneurship, whatever it is. If you're changing our culture, this is the platform for you. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Riding Dirty Show, rapper PJ, a.k.a. Poo Jr. What's going on, my G?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Appreciate it.
All right. Now, the first thing we definitely got to do is welcome you to the Riding Dirty Show. I definitely appreciate you taking the time out of your day to chat it up with us for a little bit.
Most definitely. I appreciate it as well, brother.
All right. Now, the first thing
I got a question for Big Pooh. I got a question for Pooh.
All right, Pooh, hold your question. Hold your question.
What's up, big dog? Hey, Pooh, listen, man. Hey, Pooh, listen, man. If you added another P, it'd be...
So, Pooh, we're going to get back to that question. We're going to get back to that guy's question. But, Pooh, check this out. The first thing I want you to do is let the people know where you're from and how'd you get into the game.
All right, well, I was born and raised in South Side Jamaica, Queens, New York. I've just been around music my whole life. Growing up, my dad grew up listening to Jay-Z, Biggie, 50 Cent, Eminem, all the old timers, who I still believe is extremely lyrical. And nothing's been the same since then. But yeah, I've always been into music. I started doing music myself. I started writing poetry at first. And then my grandmother died September 11, 2001. I wrote a poem. My teacher in class at the time, we had Poetry Friday. I just did that poem off the top of my head from my grandmother. Turned out to be a rap. She liked it. The class liked it, and she made me do a talent show. And from that point on, the rest is history.
All right, now, a lot of MCs start off doing poetry. What made you realize that you could take poetry but do it over a beat?
I didn't. So I did the Poetry Friday. I did it off the top of my head, so I didn't say it the way that I wrote it. It came out just to come out with rhythm, just a way for me to remember the words and keep everything on sync. And my teacher literally made me do a talent show. She said, "I'm signing you up for a talent show." I didn't know. I was nervous. Never been in front of us. I never been on stage. Never been in front of an audience. My English teacher, Miss Thompson, and I did the show. I was nervous. It was really good. And then I did little local shows here and there in New York, and that was it right after that.
Okay. Now, what's it like, or what's the pressure like growing up being where you're from, South Jamaica, Queens? What's it like? Because, man, there is some real live hip-hop history in South Side Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah, it is. The pressure is on 1,000 because so my favorite rapper is 50 Cent and Jay-Z. So just those two artists lyrically, just the way they are is like, I feel like they set a path for me, but it's big shoes to fill because of their status and what they represent and what they do. and then you got everybody in the South Side Jamaica, Queens, doing shows, rapping, some sort of singing. So the pressure's on is high. So I want to fill these shoes of my favorite rappers who I look up to, Jay-Z, 50, Eminem, and then you got everybody else around you that's trying to do it. So no one in your hood and no one where you at want to listen to you because it's flooded with all this music from the streets. So, yeah.
All right, so coming up as an independent artist, especially like I said, in an area so heavy with culture and hip hop talent, other than Jay-Z, 50 Cent, who were some of your other inspirations to make you want to be the best artist? And how much do you credit that teacher for putting you in that talent show to jumpstarting your career?
I was just talking about this with my boy earlier and yesterday as well. I owe it all to her because I wouldn't think I would be doing music because I just had a book full of poetry. But a lot of others, besides my parents, my dad got me listening to these artists, and my mom as well on her side. But besides my parents, there's plenty of the artists that I look up to that I wanted to like LL Cool J. I'm throwing a lot of old names. LL Cool J, and then you got Bow Wow when he was doing stuff. Like he's doing stuff for the ladies and stuff like that. But I like the LL style because he did stuff for ladies, and then he could get serious. And then it's a lot of new people nowadays that I'm a huge fan of as well. That I'm like, dang, now I gotta adapt to the culture, and I can't just do music my way. So some of my songs sound like it'll be back in the '90s, and then I got some stuff that are more modern. So those I look up to other rappers as now. Even now.
All right. How did that name Poo Jr. come about?
My nickname is my nickname growing up is just PJ. My dad's nickname is Pooh. I'm the oldest. I'm the first child. So I only put my artist name out as Poo Jr. because everything I do with music, I learned on my own. I learned to write. I didn't know what 16 was. I didn't know what 16 bars was. 16 lines, right? I didn't know what it was at first, so I taught myself that. I taught myself the schemes. I taught myself how to write. I was just writing and then listen to other people and doing it. So when it came time for me to do to submit my music out, I learned that on my own. And I'm just looking up different things, and I'm like, all right, cool. I looked up CD, all these distributors, and when I went to go put my name that everybody knows me as PJ, it's flooded with names of PJ. I didn't know that I can still do that. I didn't know that I could still do that and then trademark my name. I realize now I can, and I could have done it, but it's way too late already. I started putting music out as Poo Jr., which is what PJ stands for. But I really wanted to just be PJ right now. So as an independent artist, it's kind of hard. And then if I switch names up, people that started liking my music before, they might not think that I got music out under another name. Because when I do that, then I have to claim another artist profile. I have to do all these other things. And later on down the line is what I'm pushing for, just for it to be known as PJ. But when they look at my music, they have to actually put what PJ means.
All right. Well, still, it's a very interesting story. It's definitely captivating, and actually, Poo Jr. is more of a conversation piece than PJ. So, hey, man, I think you might want to stick to it. That's just my personal opinion.
It is. It's unique, but it's very unique. But come on, I'm 30 years. I'm a grown man being called like you know what I'm trying to say, Poo Jr. Like I'm a man myself, and like I'm not. I grew up with my dad and everything, but I'm my own man, so I don't want the crowd yelling Poo Jr. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Rather than yell PJ rather than Poo Jr. But they have to understand where it came from and what it means and how I got that.
All right. Being that you're an independent artist and most people know how hard it is to be an independent artist, what are some of the most important and valuable lessons that you've learned as you've pursued your music career?
Oh, man, I could go on for days about this. My biggest one, royalties. Besides being persistent, like putting stuff out consistently, you got to know your royalties. A lot of people think streams mean a lot. Streams do mean a lot, but it's more about your followers. If you have loyal followers, your streams will always be there. So don't worry about like for the streams. If you worry about building the fan base, you have that loyal fan base. No matter what, they will always listen to it. But the biggest thing is royalties. A lot of people are just putting their songs up on SoundCloud rather than getting a distributor, right? You got to do your research. You got CD Baby, TuneCore, United Masters, DistroKid. So you got all these different distributors sites that you can use, but you got to know how to collect your royalties rather than just streams. There's different royalties that a lot of them don't know. Like a lot of independent artists are not messing with ASCAP and BMI. A lot of them are not dealing with Sound Exchange, Sound Trust, and things like that. And then I'm big on the marketing side because I also started my own record label. I got the LLC and everything, so I have to think from a business side of things. So I started marketing myself, like billboards, reaching out to local newspapers and blogs, Snapchat advertisement, Facebook, Instagram advertisement, and all. So that's a lot of independent artists don't want to put in the footwork with that. And it's times I don't even sleep, just doing research on this and then finally get the ball rolling.
Now, being that you're doing all this work on your own, do you think it takes away from your creative side, or do you think it makes your creative side stronger?
I think it takes away, and it also makes it stronger as well because I know how to do all of these things, right? So I show myself the best way to learn for me is doing it myself rather than someone tell me. I learned it myself. I could put the terms and names to everything later when I'm taught professionally. But meaning I know this basic stuff. I think I have a head start of people that just get signed to these bigger labels. A lot of them don't know what the different type of contracts, the 360 deals, and you have to know your worth. If I'm able to do this, then how can anyone take advantage of you? Little things like that. I just started developing a team. It's hard at first. No one wants to do it pro bono at first because they're like, you're just another person doing it. So I have a few people that's actually working, that's helping me now to do so. But it does make my creativity a lot more. I used to record my own songs and do all of that stuff, mix and master it, but I wanted to focus on being an artist at the time. So I have a guy for that, or I have an engineer for that, and I have someone to make my beats now. So it allows me to understand the process. I know how long it approximately takes them and what they got to do. So I know what to expect from those guys when it happens. So it made me, at first, yes, it's a lot of work. It's going to take away from my creativity, but it also made me stronger and realize what I need to do, how I need to move, and how much time. It's all about time and doing research and everything. So I understand how those guys have to move. So little by little, more people was coming in. More people are coming in to help me and have their hands in the pot. So it definitely made me stronger as an artist and as a person.
All right. Now, you released the project entitled God's Gift to Earth, the Genesis. Tell me a little bit about that title and that project.
All right, God's Gift to Earth. That was something I came up with when I was younger, when I first wanted to do a label, Infamous Heat Entertainment. I thought of when I was 14. I got paperwork for it now, so I'm really happy with that. And I thought about that too, God's Gift to Earth. I call everybody here, I believe everybody on the earth is kings and queens, right? So we're God's gift to Earth. But I was just telling my story. So the Genesis is just the beginning on what I'm working on. I'm working on another project, God's Gift to Earth, the Redemption. Now it's just a story. I'm kind of playing on how Jay-Z did the Blueprint. He had the Blueprint 1, 2, and 3. But it's all gonna map out and tell a story, be back to back to each other.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about your label. You say you thought of the concept of your label when you was 14. Talk a little bit about your label and what does it feel like to be a label head, and are you looking for talent? Have you signed talent?
having a label is not as easy as I thought it would be. I thought when I got the paper, I was the paper, my and my EIN number and everything. It was amazing. I was shocked. So I was super excited, and it's like little motivation. Like it definitely pushed me a lot harder to go in. I am definitely looking for talent. I am speaking to 3 individual artists right now. 2 of them was featured on my God's Get the Earth, the Genesis album, and one of them I just did a song with her on called Red Roses. But yeah, they sing, they rap. I'm looking for all types of talents. I love all music, so I'm just not locked down to one genre. But it is hard being at the. It's hard being the head of the label. It's hard being the new independent label head owner as well, because I think they look at you different. Just how they look at everybody as an independent artist. All right, it's just the same thing. Everybody does this. It's nothing. Now I have a label. What do you know about music? How can you tell us what's good and not and things like that? Well, you didn't make it. Well, show me it. Like it's going to be even harder now. So I'm getting that times 10 plus as an artist as well. But it definitely motivates me and pushes me. And then I do a lot of research on these labels. I'm on their websites. I'm looking up everything that they do. It works. If it works, why try to change it? I do what they do, and then I try to make it my own.
All right, now, do you feel like, because you've put in a lot of lead work and you taking the opportunity to learn so much about being an independent artist and learn so much about being basically a CEO or manager or whatever title you want to put on it, do you feel like that actually gives you a leg up when it comes to running the label? Because you probably know a lot of things that a lot of people are hiring people to know.
It does give me a leg up because prior to me doing that research, I wasn't getting only my friends around me was really listening to my songs. When I was doing my research, learning marketing and all this other stuff, my streams, like within this past 5 months, it don't seem much to a lot of people, but to me, I'm really happy for it. I got literally almost 150,000 streams. With everything combined, and that's just with United Masters, and that was just on Spotify, which one I focus on more because they pay more than YouTube, right? But I have other streams. I have streams on other projects as well, and just I was really excited when I seen that. So I'm doing something right, and a lot of independent artists are not doing this, which I know is a lot of independent artists that's probably better than me, but they're not marketing their stuff right. They might just and go about it the right way. I did my research on how to release a project, when to start. I have it written down on day 1 what I'm doing, day 2 what am I putting out to market my songs. After my songs are out or projects are out, and I'm still marketing it. You don't just market it and stop when it comes out. So I learned that's the mistakes I was making before I did all this research. So now when I'm doing that, I notice my numbers is going up a lot more. I'm stationed in California now, and I got people all over the U.S. listening to it, and it makes me extremely happy.
All right. How do you feel like social media and the internet and the World Wide Web has affected your progression?
Instagram is my thing. It makes things a lot easier, definitely. Compared to what I hear about and what my dad tell me, and just growing up, you see the changes to social media. It makes it easier to reach people out. And doing basic advertisement, $5 can get you can get you a long way with just advertising. It's a lot easier doing them now as well. These advertisements, you don't got to go through the hassle, and it just pretty much it's Barney style pretty much. Literally, it takes you 5 minutes to do a Snapchat ad. It takes you 10 seconds to do an Instagram ad. You can do one of your posts and just promote it, and it gets it out to different people. They might just scroll past it the first couple times, but after it keeps getting in your face, it's like, what is this? Let me check on this. And it happened to me. That's another thing I do. Like a lot of these ads, I just go past on Instagram. I'm like, I see it like 20 times. Let me just click on this and see what this is about. And most of the time, I end up getting something from it. So that's the marketing. Just keep throwing it in their face without me literally spamming with my with my link like I used to do, listen to my music, because people really don't do it at that time. So I just learned to do it. I'm going to promote it and let them keep throwing it in your face. It's different when it's promoted.
All right, no doubt. Those, man, you're really dropping some jewels. All right, so look, let the people know how to find you when it comes to the World Wide Web and social media.
Mostly on Instagram, thereal_PJ.official28, or you could just see my website, therealpoojr.com. That's pretty much the two that I'm definitely on.
All right. Now, before we get into it, let's talk about this record, Twerk. Who produced it? What was the concept? And you also have a feature on it.
I do, yeah. KE on the track. Got the beat from him. It's featuring Crank Lucas. He's dope. He's a genius. I'm trying to keep reaching out to him and learn from him as well. I've been a fan of his since he started doing his little skits, his little videos. It's really real funny, and it's relatable. So the concept with that was it's a modern day song. That's one of those things where I said I could switch up with time. Whereas a lot of these women nowadays, they twerking. A lot of people like the party song, so the beat comes in, you can just dance to the beat along. But now you're just saying twerk, so it's a song for the ladies, like they just twerking all day, and it's a song that the guys could enjoy as well. They're watching these ladies twerk as well. So when these clubs open up, hopefully they start playing that there where we all can enjoy it.
All right. Well, do me a favor, Poo Jr. Introduce the song to the world.
Oh, yeah. So you get my song Twerk is on every platform. Spotify, you just type in Poo Jr. It's featured by Crank Lucas. He's a real dope person. You can check out his album, too, The Higher Self, as well.
All right. Appreciate it, my G.
I appreciate it, brother.